Hello and welcome back to Minecraft. This episode is going to be a little bit different. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. I've taken 3 jobs in the last 3 weeks, and only one of them is actually trying to pay me. So, it's been a little crazy. But today, we are going to make a quick jump into the Nether before we start the build. I started trying to gather pigmen the other day, and let's just say the gas weren't having any of it. So let me sleep real quick here. I'm gonna say sleep real night here. Hey goats, how's it going? I see you're floating in the boat with each other's goat. But this isn't about goats. Today we're here to deal with pigs, the humanoid kind. So, one quick jump into the nether, and let's see what kind of mess I left. A lot of potholes. This was a flat plane when I started last time, but there were a couple of gas on either side of me just going to town. So let me fill these in, give myself a few areas where their fireballs won't blow up the scenery. I need to go over this entire area with like lower slabs, I think. But for now, I'm just doing a little quick patchwork, and then we're gonna grab that quartz there. See how much I can get out of this. Actually, it looks like it might be a decent amount. And no lava. That's a good sign. I don't hear any. Every time you break one, there's another one behind it. I like it. Okay. Now we're going to gather a few more pig guys. Hey, dude. Get in the boat. Thank you. You can be the captain. You get the shiny armor. And let me patch up a few more holes. Look at, we have some more contestants. Your friend's going. Would you like to join him? Excellent. Let me just tug this over here. I've already got 2 of them in the hut there. This is all very temporary. I just needed to get it set. And let's see. Drag you a little bit closer. I'm expecting to get blasted at any moment. A little shell shock from the last time. Alright, let's go ahead and open this up so we can expand it a bit. How you guys doing? I'll pull you right in the middle there. There we go. The Nether bobsledding team. Alright, let me just put a little bit sturdier wall around part of this. I don't have that much stone left. I will be back to build you guys a much nicer, more permanent facility. Let's see. And I'm just about out. Okay, so we'll finish it off with the bamboo, just temporarily. And not a single gas. I'm a little surprised. And also, I don't have any gold, so a little bit there. Let me gather this up. Just, I don't think I'm going to get too much out of it, though. Okay, that's like 5 pieces, 6 pieces. Oh, nope, nope. Not happening. That hurt. Let me just run him off a little bit here real quick. Oh, nope, he's still there. Ouch. Okay, Piggy, let me just jog over here and loop you around the house real quick. Hopefully he'll get tired. Yeah, okay, he lost interest. Alright, mining for gold, maybe not the best idea right now. So I'm just going to cover that up real quick. And instead we're going to go back to the village over here. I've got a little makeshift stonemason villager store thingy, whatever you want to call it. Got the mud there as a marker so I know where to land. But I'm planning on transporting these guys to a new location soon. Hey guys, how's it going? Just introducing you to the crowd. Everything good? Everybody happy? Yeah, I know you want a window. We'll see. We'll see what I can do. If I can get out of this hole. Anyway, that's where all my quartz has been coming from. It still seems like the most reliable source, so I'm going to try to expand on that. There's the world spawn. So let's head back over to the stronghold and get on with today's project. Back this way. So the secret to flying fast is you get really good altitude, point towards your destination, and then give one charge at the slightest downward arc, and you will glide forever. And forever again. Let's see if I can do this in third person. I have little or no experience flying in third person. I like to see where I'm going. But I'm going to try to stick the landing. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Hey, how's it going? So today we're going to be going back down to the stronghold and finishing up what we were doing last time. I'm going to set up the Nether Portal. I'm going to set up an elevator so we have an easier way to get up here by foot. And I'm going to just dress everything up a bit. Sun's setting, so let's get going. So if you saw the last episode, this is our water tunnel. So we have the means to take villagers or any other mobs into the end. I've got this nifty little drop canal, and it's got soul sand at each of the drop points so that you can actually take a boat back up if need be. It's a bumpy ride, but it works. And then around the corner here, and one more. And there we are. This is our end portal. I set this up in the last episode. I love the way it came out, although it does look a little bland now that I'm seeing it again. So I'm going to dress that up a little bit, but this doorway takes us into the hallway that will guide you to... No, not the storage room. The end portal. So that's going to be taken apart and moved up, and I think a little bit to the left. And then I'm going to take all this out and redecorate it to match the rest of the facility. So let's go ahead and get started. This will be fun.
What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you.
Okay, that takes care of the main hallway, but what I need to do now is set up a service access so we have a way to get behind the walls and deal with any redstone issues. Also have maintenance passageways following the main water tube down, and it'd be nice to be able to get in there without taking out part of the wall. So let me see if I can rig up a little secret door. So I'm going to use the decorative buttons up there around the portal, and I'm just going to run some redstone down to power this copper bulb. Let's say redstone lantern, but that's not what it is. And then have a comparator coming off of that, and that should, when I push the button, activate the pistons, which will pull the wall sections back. Except that it doesn't, because this needs to be at the same level as the comparator. But the next one needs to be down. There it goes. Okay, so it's got to feed into the block, not into the torch. And let me get out of here so we can test it. That doesn't look too bad. I'm going to put some powdered snow, I think, behind the iron walls or iron bars. That'll kind of hide the machinery. Okay, that's one block out of place, but I'll fix that in a minute. You can clearly see the pistons right now, but look, here we go. Push the button, it pulls back the two wall sections, which gives you just enough opening that you can walk through. And that'll give us access to the maintenance shafts and whatever else we need back there. So let me go ahead and fix this real quick. Okay, much better. So I'm going to dress this up a little bit, set up the door opposites so we can get into the other side. And there it is. I put some armor stands in there with some iron golem heads on them to act as little mini guardians. I've got some flowers in the pots to kind of add a little bit of color to the place. And I've reworked the walls. Went with a double tough block in the middle instead of the single that I was using before. I think it makes the place look a little bit bigger, a little more intimidating. But I like it. Okay, so if you push the button here, that gives us access to the Nether Portal. It's pretty much the same door setup as I have down opening the water channel. Except I had to put a button back here so you can open it when you come through from the other side. But it works pretty good so far. Seal that off. There we go. Okay, now that the Nether Portal is done, I need to turn my attention to the next part of the project. I really like these little secret passage areas, although you can still see the piston just ever so slightly when the doors close. But you can pass through it. Powdered snow isn't an obstacle, but it does block vision. Just don't stand in it too long. But yeah, I think that came out pretty good. With the iron bars and the wall section peeled back there, it's just enough space so you can walk through. But yeah, you can definitely see the pistons right there. Not too much I can do about that just yet. Right now, I'm going to get rid of this service door, and we're going to set up a similar setup for this passageway over here, except it's going to have to be a double because I want to line up with the floor. And here we go. So I had to do a skip there, editing issues, but I have the double bars with the walls on either side of them. That looks pretty good from this angle. Added a couple more guards and some flower pots. But it lines up with the ceiling and the floor. So I think it's not too bad. Yeah, I think that'll work. All we have now is to set up the elevator. powder snow. From this angle, it looks good. It's a little more visible on the pistons. You can just make them out there on the right. But to open these, you have to use a key. Bring your own button. Place it right there. Push the button, and you're good. And then I've got one back here so you can open it or close it from the inside as well. And I got a bed and an ender chest and crafting table over here. Little rest area for the maintenance man. But no, I think that came out pretty good. And then just got to remember to grab my key before I leave. But now we need to address this issue. Running around the water channel to get down here if you're on foot. Kind of a pain. So I'm going to zip an elevator right here where the soul sand is. It's going to be the very center. We're going to set it up very similar to the one I did in the space station. So we're going to use pots on all four sides. That way we can put extra channels on the back side at some point. And for now it's going to start here and go up to the surface. But eventually I intend to extend it downward, and we're going to have it go all the way down to bedrock so we can set up a little mining operation underneath. But for today, I just need to get this thing functional. So let's go ahead and do some construction. I can hear zombies in the distance. Alright, so if I do that, I can start mining upwards. That's kind of the boring part of the job, so let me just go ahead and skip ahead on that. Give you a little bit of a time lapse, I think. And here is the finished product. One fully functional elevator. So I've got the indicator pointing up, and I'm going to put another one pointing down once we get the extended tunnels going down. Right now it only goes down about 5 blocks. So I don't have any buttons to activate those trapdoors because I don't want anybody getting stuck down there. But we do have the buttons for the ones leading up. So the way this works is you just back into the water column, lifts you up, push the button, brings you up to the next level, push the next button, wait for the trapdoor to close, and you're free to step off. Very quick, no mess. And then I'm going to have to dress out this hallway. I'm going to need more quartz though. I'm going to have to put the masons back to work, because there's going to be an extended tunnel reaching from here all the way to where the new village is going to be, just above the water tunnel. And then you come up the stairs, get access to the balcony, enjoy the little garden area, do some fishing. Head back down here. We've got the gatekeeper's office. Just some basic fishing supplies there. We've got all the regular essentials. Furnace, crafting table, ender chest. And then come in here. And then there's the water door, which works beautifully still. And then that'll give you access either to go down to the end or straight into the village. So let me head back to the stronghold now. And we can do the final bit of a walkthrough. Actually, no, there was another bit I have to show you. So if you take the elevator, you'll see it still goes up. And I've got the tunnel going all the way up to the top of the mountain. Or at least, the top of this section of the mountain. And I've got a little, it's a cube. It's an elevator shaft. I'm going to have to build something around here. I haven't figured out exactly what yet to kind of dress it up a bit. And then we've got straight across there is another one of our server mates. You can almost see the edges of her nether portal. I don't think she's really done anything with the base yet. But if you come up here and look out that way, you'll see the village there is another player's. So it's pretty central. If you go this way, you will find the Mushroom Island with all our farms on it. The Guardian Farm, the Gunpowder Farm, and then a little more to the left, and it'll take you back to World Spawn. So we're going to drop back down. This is the fun part. The vines catch you just before you hit the thing. Take no damage whatsoever. I love it. Alright, so let's go ahead and head back down to the fun bits. So now that I have this all dressed up, I did do a little more work in the actual in-portal room itself. I added some guardian statues in here, and I changed the little nook there to match the look of the ones in the hallway. Put powdered snow behind them to kind of just keep everything uniform, and then those are bat heads on the statues. I didn't have a collection of Enderman heads yet, but I was thinking I might change out the iron armor for like black stained leather. See if I can make it look a little more like an Enderman. But you'll see the little particle bits going around. I've got firefly bushes under the floor and spore blossoms in the ceiling, so that comes out pretty good. I had to add the sign here so people not really used to it can tell how to get out when they come through the portal. I'm staring at the back of the door. Go ahead and close that up. But I like it. I think it looks good. Looks a hell of a lot better than it did. And we've got our little secret passages here. Easy access from both sides. Yeah, and that gives me access to all the redstone bits. Come around here and you can kind of poke your head through the powdered snow to sneak in, peek in on the ender chamber. Just don't stand there too long. And back out we go. I like it. And same thing over on this side. Easy access. Just don't forget to close it when you're done. And then back down here, don't just use your key. Kind of stands out if you don't take it off, but there you go. Step right in here. That'll bring us back to our little cozy area. Little pulley, break room, rest spot. You can open and close the door from back here as well. Of course, if you have the key still sitting out here, that's going to be an issue. But all in all, I think this project is going well. Not nearly as quickly as I'd like, but finding free time has been complicated lately. Hopefully that's going to be getting better soon. Should be getting my schedules leveled out a little bit. But that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed the build. I hope you find some little bit of inspiration in it. And I'll see you in the next one.